Your dog licked you today. Maybe on your face the moment you walked through the door. Maybe on your hand while you were sitting doing absolutely nothing. Maybe on your feet while you were half asleep on the sofa. And you smiled, pulled them close, and filed it under one word: love. That's not wrong. But it's barely scratching the surface. Because licking is not one thing. It never was. Depending on where your dog licks you, how long they do it, and what was happening right before they started, they are sending completely different messages. Messages that go back further than you can imagine. Messages that in some cases, science has shown could be trying to save your life. Once you understand what your dog's tongue is actually saying, you will never experience it as a simple wet greeting again. 1. It started before their eyes ever opened. To understand why your dog licks you, you have to go back to the very beginning of their life. Your dog was born into complete darkness. Eyes sealed shut. No awareness of light, of the room, of the world waiting outside. The very first sensation they ever experienced, before sight, before sound, before any understanding of what existed around them, was a tongue. Their mother's tongue, moving slowly across their face, their back, their tiny body. That lick was not affection. It was the first signal they ever received. It said, "You are alive. I see you. You are safe." That connection, between being licked and being completely, unconditionally safe, is formed in the first hours of life. Before the brain can process a thought. Before the eyes can open. It goes in at a level deeper than memory, deeper than learning. And it never leaves. So when your dog licks you, they are not just being sweet. They are reaching back to the oldest and most reliable signal they have ever known, and offering it to you. Not because they decided to in any conscious way. Because that is what licking means, written into them before they knew anything else existed. 2. Where they lick you changes everything. Here is where most people miss the full story. Licking is not one message delivered the same way every time. Where your dog licks you tells you exactly what they are trying to say. When your dog licks your face, especially after you have been away, they are doing something very specific. Your face carries the scent of everywhere you have been. The people you spoke to. The places you walked through. The air of the entire outside world. Your dog is reading all of that information simultaneously, and then replacing it. Removing the foreign and layering themselves back over you. Animal behaviorists call this re-establishing the bond. It is not simply hello. It is, you have been out in the world without me, and now I am bringing you back into ours. When your dog licks your hands, they are investigating. Your hands touch more surfaces than any other part of your body. They carry the most recent chemical information available. A lick on the hand is your dog running a quiet check. What have you been doing? Is everything normal? Are you okay? It is less affection and more a careful, attentive question. 3. The lick that could save your life. Now pay close attention to this one, because most owners never connect the dots. If your dog returns to the same specific spot on your body, day after day, with focused and persistent attention, that is the version that deserves your full awareness. Dogs have been documented detecting cancer through repeated, concentrated licking on a specific area of their owner's body. Often long before any medical diagnosis was made. The same behavior has been observed with blood sugar emergencies. Dogs that licked their owner's hands or feet at unusual times were later found to have been responding to the early chemical changes of a diabetic episode. Changes so subtle that no medical device in the room had detected them yet. This is not rare. The number of documented cases is significant enough that cancer detection dogs are now a legitimate, actively studied field of medicine. Your dog's nose, and the licking behavior connected to it, is capable of things that medical technology is still working to replicate. So if your dog keeps returning to one place on your body with an attention that feels strange or obsessive, do not dismiss it as a quirk. You do not need to panic. But you do need to notice. 4. When licking is not love. This is the part almost nobody talks about, and it matters. Not all licking is love. Some licking is anxiety. A dog that licks excessively, not in greeting, not in focused investigation, but in long, repetitive sessions with no obvious trigger, is often a dog using licking the way humans use nervous habits. Pacing, nail biting, tapping a foot. The motion is self-soothing. The repetition is calming. The lick is not directed at you as communication, it is directed inward as regulation. Dogs with high baseline anxiety often lick their owners more. Not because the bond is necessarily stronger, but because being near you while repeating a calming physical motion lowers their stress response. It feels like more love. It is actually more need. And this distinction matters enormously because the right response is completely different. A dog licking you from genuine affection needs acknowledgement. A dog licking you from anxiety needs calm, structured routine, and sometimes professional guidance. Responding to anxious licking with enthusiastic attention can accidentally reinforce the anxiety rather than addressing it. Knowing which one you are receiving changes how you show up for your dog. 5. The oldest language between your species. Underneath every version of licking, the greeting, the investigation, the anxious repetition, the focused attention on one spot, there is something running deeper than all of them. Mutual grooming. Animals cleaning each other. Across almost every social species on the planet, grooming is not something that happens after a bond has formed. It is one of the primary mechanisms by which the bond is built and maintained in the first place. It is how social animals say, without a single word, "You belong in my circle. You are not a stranger. You are part of what I am oriented around." When your dog licks you, they are placing you inside their social world. They are mixing their scent with yours. They are making a statement, in a language that predates every word either of your species has ever invented, that you are not separate from them, you are part of them. This behavior has been running between dogs and humans for approximately 15,000 years. Since the first wolf decided that the human across the fire was safe to approach. Since the first dog looked at a person and chose, without being asked, to stay. Every time your dog's tongue reaches out toward you, they are continuing that choice. Quietly. Without drama. In the oldest language they have. So the next time it happens, the face lick when you walk through the door, the quiet lick on your hand while you're distracted, the persistent return to the same spot you almost didn't notice, let it mean something more than a wet face. Because it does. It always has. You just didn't have the full translation until now. If this changed the way you experience that moment, hit the like button and subscribe, because every week on this channel we go deeper into the language your dog has been speaking to you all along. Most owners spend a lifetime hearing it without ever fully understanding it. That's what we're here to change. Drop a comment below, where does your dog always lick you, and does it make more sense now? Tell me their name too. I read every single one. Paw prints.